Okay, here's my system. We've got a Renogy 45 amp charge controller. You should be able to see the lights. So I'm getting power. I've only got one panel hooked up. My battery seems to be okay. Let's see. What are we sitting at? 1.7. Okay, so what that 1.7, 110, I don't know what all those other numbers are, but basically I can hear the refrigerator running. So she sits at about 11.7 on the battery. When the fridge compressor is running, then she jumps up back to 12.2. And I haven't seen these batteries go up. They're brand new, and my understanding is they have to be drawn down a little bit. But there's some Dekka batteries. What's that? 9C12s. Oh, it's got a rating on it. I don't know what the 115 minutes is. It's not very much. What is it, about 2 hours runtime maybe on one battery? I don't know. I don't know what those things mean. But anyway, that's what they are. I'm only running one. I'm just testing them. I also have the wires all rigged up with some spare battery cables and things. But it did run the refrigerator all night, so that was good. And I've been getting power since the sun came up. And actually I was getting voltage. It was a full moon last night, and there was voltage coming off the panel, but this thing went into night sleep mode, so it wasn't doing anything. I got an inverter. What is it? 1,000 watt inverter. 2,000 watt max. Just a crappy one. Now I did just run the microwave for 45 seconds. Microwave didn't sound very good, but it did run. But it really put a load on the batteries. So I don't know. Again, for cooking maybe hot dogs and stuff, but like rice and pasta and all that stuff in a microwave, you're gonna have to be able to run it for 20 minutes. And I don't know if I can do that. So. But anyway, I got two batteries, two 12-volt batteries. Don't know the advantage of putting them in 24 or not. But right now, this inverter will only run on 12. It won't accept a 24-volt charge, I don't believe. So we're just going to keep them at 12 for right at the moment. And then I'm only using the one panel, which is outside that door, just sitting up. And the hope is that the refrigerator would be able to run without any problems. And it's nice and cold. It's nice and cold in here. I mean, nothing beats ice for keeping stuff, but if you look inside, you can see a little bit of frost and stuff in there. So she's doing good. She's doing good. And it did run the microwave. The microwave did not shut down the inverter, which I was surprised. I thought for sure with the amount of power it was drawing that it was going to shut the inverter down, but it didn't. But the microwave didn't sound good. So if anybody's got any suggestions as to what I can do to make things better, obviously putting up the other panel, I'll do a video when I do that. We're just setting up temporarily here because I wanted to see them work. And I guess it's been about a week since I shot the last video. But things seem to be doing okay. She's putting a charge. Oh, see, back up to, when you didn't see it. Back up to 12.2. Okay, so the solar panel has already re-put the charge back into the battery. I mean, it was just a 45-second run on the microwave, but it's already put it back up to 12.2, which is where these batteries seem to sit right at this moment. And my understanding is that these batteries are designed to be drawn down, so it's going to take a while for them being drawn down and used and recharged before they get up to their full voltage. My assumption is that they'll sit around 13, 14 volts, but I don't know for sure yet. It's part of why we're playing around with it. But anyway, that's what we got going, and it does seem to be working so far. And I'll keep you guys updated. If anybody's got any suggestions or anything, please leave a comment. I don't want to reinvent the wheel here, and I know people have already gone through this and studied it. So if anybody's got suggestions as to how or better ways to hook this up, or really just any good information, I'd love to hear about it. So give me a comment. Talk to you guys later. And welcome back. Ow! I'm sitting on a bucket. It's a little higher than I thought it was. I got a bucket in my ass. Alright. So I've seen people use these. What is it called? A kilowatt? Kind of hard to find. I think you can just order them off the internet and stuff and get them delivered to your house. But in an actual store, it was a little difficult to find. But I finally found one. And I am curious, since I've got nothing to do except fish, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and see what this refrigerator is doing. Hopefully we don't mess nothing up. 12.2. Okay, let's again, forgive moving around and stuff, but doing things one-handed. Alright, let's see. Alright, I don't want to break anything. Alright, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Here we go. Let's plug it in and see what happens. Okay, let's look. I'm sitting in my dog bed. Alright, remove. Okay, maybe I should keep this so I can see. Not sure. But here, so you guys can see it, and you guys can see this one's 12.2. So the compressor is not pulling anything right at the moment. Volt, amps, watts, 0 watts, okay. Meter. Why is it jumping around? Kilowatts per hour. Hertz. Watts and VA voltage, I guess. Alright, so we'll leave that plugged in and we'll see. Looking at the numbers is kind of half the fun, all this stuff. Seeing what really works and what doesn't. But let's leave that plugged in for a while. I wonder if I have to reset it or anything. Volts. I guess, I don't know. Why is that saying that? Nothing's on. Jumping around a little bit. No amps. Alright, it's just, I don't know how to use this yet, so there you go. We're sitting at 0. And it is, let's see. Okay, I don't know, can you guys see that up there? God, that's tight, it zoomed all the way in. I can see it from here, it says 206. Okay, so that's 206. Later on tonight we'll come back and look and see if there's any like a history or something, so I can see what this thing is doing. I think this will be real helpful for me to figure out what stuff is really doing. Or I hope. I don't know. But we still seem to be good. 2 o'clock. Sun's not on the panels anymore, but it's plenty bright outside, and I guess we can do that, can't we? Say, playing with the numbers is half the fun. There we go. Alright, let's see. Oh, it's fucking so high. Alright. I think we did this before, and this was not easy to do while holding a camera. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, so we need positive and negative, and I want to read from the solar panels. So alright, there you go. It's about 32 volts, 30 volts about. And then make sure I got these right. The battery 12.2, so that's the same as what's reading on the inverter. So, alright. Things seem to be jiving. I think I'm going to have to get that panel, because seeing what's going on is kind of helpful in pulling this thing out every time. Yeah, I don't know. But still working. We're going to go get some ribs and stuff, because now we have the capability, you know, we can put something in there, marinate it, and put it in the fridge for a while. And if you look over there, there's a nice grill. Somebody put the stupid grill on top of a big heavy fire. Bent the hell out of it, but it still works. We grill. We can get some coals going there tonight and then have some ribs. Here's the dam we're at. Old dam falling apart. I think it's the largest privately owned dam in Maryland. So you guys can look that up and see where I'm at. Okay, it is 3:30, so this is an hour and a half later. Really, we shouldn't. Oh, my feet are wet, so I gotta watch. Oh, I saw 12.1 volts. Alright, it says 12.1. I would have thought that would have been 12.2. Not pulling anything. Input 12.1. So I wonder why that thing isn't. It doesn't appear to be giving it much of a charge. Oh, sorry for that. Oh, see, we got green light. It is in there right now. Yeah, it's in there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry, my feet are wet, so I'm trying not to get the dog bed wet. What does it say? 0.9 kilowatts. So I guess that's per hour. So that must be running. 61 hertz. I don't know what that means. Volt. So it's a 110. No amps. Okay. But I mean, now the power isn't on my solar panel. I guess yeah. The sun's not directly on the solar panel, because the sun's over here now. In the morning, it was back there, so it hasn't been on the panel. But let's measure the voltage. Oh, wait a minute! Wait! Look what I found. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, now I've got both hands. That's just a question of whether I'm going to be able to see the screen and the... Alright, but let's test it and see. Alright, this is coming off the panel. And I can't see the camera now. Oh, so I'm still getting 31 volts out of the panels, which is about what it was before. But it doesn't look like my battery is going up. It's 11.5. Ooh, so now see, it should be 11.7. That's with the compressor running. Here, you can't see. Let's see. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah. 11.5. See, it should be 11.7. So, yeah. It looks to me like it's not really putting any voltage in the battery. Let me check some things. And I'll come back with you guys later. Okay, yeah, see, look, now we got orange light. This is just a couple minutes later. Trying to figure it out. I do have voltage here, but it might be coming off the batteries. And this has been 11.7 when the compressor is running. Now it's 11.6. So it's almost like it's not sending any juice to charge up the battery, but it must be. Or they'd have been dead by now, maybe. I don't know, we'll keep our eyes on it, but that's what I got going on. I've got this light. Now when the compressor turns off, this will go back up, and this will probably be 12.1. Alright, maybe I'm just freaking out a little bit. This is what? It's 4 o'clock, 4:07. So you see, I saw 12 volts. No, 11.6, okay. It was 11.5 just a minute ago, just when I walked in here to check on it. I don't understand. I mean, you're just talking about half a volt, you know, why? Got plenty of light.
And I do realize I'm only running one panel, but all day long she's been good. I don't understand why we're dropping like 0.1 volt. And I don't think, you know what, I'm gonna check the refrigerator, see if somebody turned the refrigerator down. Maybe that's it. Oh, there we go. Now I don't have the refrigerator turned up. Alright. I'm watching it. Ooh, this worries me. It's 6 o'clock. I can always switch the battery, right? 12 volts. So it dropped from 12.2 to 12.1. Right now, I'm thinking it's because sorry about that. I'm thinking it's because the light wasn't directly on the panels. That's why I'm losing voltage in the end of the day. But I don't know. But yeah, she's dropped another 0.1, so that means she's going to be at 11.5, I think, when the compressor kicks on. Well, like I say, we can always just switch the other batteries. The other battery's full voltage. Alright, that was the update. Two. Alright, what do we got? Oh, my batteries. This is probably the last video for a while. What do we got? We got 12.1 volts. Okay, and what ended up happening last night is I thought the inverter would start having a fit when it got low voltage. It didn't seem to do anything. It seemed to turn itself off. So I didn't switch the battery. And right now, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. And the sun comes up over there where I'm sitting, and the panel's right outside. So, silly me, you know. Wouldn't you think? But yeah, definitely the sun directly being on the panel, I don't seem to have a problem. But what happened is about halfway through the day where the panel's sitting, the sun wasn't directly on it, and then I slowly lost voltage in the battery. And it wasn't able to run all night because this thing shut off. So, but refrigerator's still cold. Let's go look. Let's see. Yeah, we got frost in there, and the drinks and everything are in there cold. So yeah. Now, what I'm worried about is hooking the actual solar panels together, and how I wire two and then have a feed that still comes back to the charge controller. I know how to do it to run them positive to negative, and then take a negative off of one end and a positive off the other end. But I can't do that with this inverter, and since these are 24 volt panels, I don't want to get 48 volts. This can't handle that. This can only handle 24, so I have to run them in parallel, positive to positive, negative to negative. But it doesn't appear I have the wiring for that. I don't know if I'm going to have to make something. But we shall see. But let's see. She's at 12.2 volts. So yeah, you can see that I'm getting a little bit of a charge. Especially earlier in the day. The refrigerator's not running that often. But then later in the day, the refrigerator kept running, and then, as you saw last night on some of the stuff I did, I don't know whether it's usable. I'll have to wait till I edit it, but we started to lose voltage. Around 3 o'clock we were at like 12.1 volts. Then later in the evening we were at 11.9. Oh, what was that? Did you see that? Looks like it got, oh, okay, the compressor kicked on. See, it's at 11.4 volts. Yeah, that's the problem, is when the compressor kicks on at takes a half a volt off the batteries just by running. And if the batteries are a little bit low, it could throw this into low voltage mode, and then it would just shut off. So the compressor would try to kick, and then there wouldn't be enough power, and I guess the inverter would shut off. 11.5, but the sun is directly on the panels. Anyway, that's what I got going on. I got to figure out some better ways to hook up my wiring. And I do have some wing nut things that are on them, so got to figure out what kind of nuts I can put down and then get the proper attachments. But yeah, I'm getting ready to pack it up. I'm getting ready to move. So it did succeed in keeping everything cold, but I'm losing voltage by the panels not being directly in the sun. And I got to figure out how to attach the two panels together and then bring them to the charge controller. But that's another day.